All right, y'all. I am super excited to bring this quick Bitcoin update because Bitcoin, during the course of the past day or so, has gotten about an 8.5% bounce. Now, this is a very significant bounce because of where the price bounced from. And so today, I want to walk you through my outlook for Bitcoin. But first, make sure to like the dang video, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because you are not going to find such poignant, voluptuous technical analysis on the cable TV, nor are you going to find it on the satellite TV, guys. Only on the Jason Casper YouTube channel. So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. All right, let's get into this, guys. Let's get into this. So, Bitcoin, finding a bounce. Where are we getting a bounce from? This is very important because what we are seeing right now is if we pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low that we put in back in January, which was pretty much the low of the dump ever since the all-time high, to the recent high that we put in at about $48.2 thousand, you can see that we are currently bouncing off the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. Why is this so important? This is so important because we have officially switched from bearish to bullish market structure on a high-term time frame. If we come to the daily time frame here, we can see that ever since November 11th, we were in a downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs, finally until January, where we switched market structure, and we made a higher high for the first time, and then we made a higher low, and then we made another higher high. And when you're in an uptrend, something that's very important to understand about golden pockets and Fibonacci levels is when you're in an uptrend and you get a retracement, price is always going to retrace along with the trend. What that means is you will get a fast impulse to the upside if you're in an uptrend, and then you will retrace a little bit, and then you will get another big move to the upside, and then you will retrace a little bit. And what you always want to see is higher highs and higher lows. Now, the reason why the golden pocket is so important is because if price comes below that golden pocket, it becomes very probable that the trend will not continue and that we will see the trend actually switch into a bearish trend. Okay, this is almost like the last place where we are looking for that uptrend to continue, where we are looking for that higher low, because if we come below this, it becomes more and more less probable that the price will continue in an uptrend. Now, this is a level that we have been waiting for quite some time. In fact, over in the VIP Discord, this exact trade setup was given on Friday because we knew we were coming down to an important area of resistance, and we didn't trust that this was the bottom. I don't necessarily even trust that this is the bottom. We'll get into that later. But bottom line, we were waiting for this trade setup for quite some time. In fact, we've been looking at it for weeks. And so we were able in the VIP Discord, shout out to everybody who took the trade, to get into a very nice position from that golden pocket, okay? And by the way, I am currently in a schlong right now, SHLONG. That means I'm short from 47.8 and I'm long from 38.9. I like to do that. I like to be short and long at the same time because here's the thing. Now, if we just fold back over and keep coming down, I can keep my short open from up here. But if we get another move to the upside, I've already taken profits on my short down in this area. And, then I can decide to close that short. But, for right now, this puts me in a pretty nice position because regardless of what happens now, I will be making some money. So, let's talk about the importantness of what is happening right now. If we go to a higher term time frame, which, let's stay on the daily. Let's talk about some important things. If we look at the price action as it has traded from, and by the way, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord where we post the trade setups in advance, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We have a great community in here posting the juiciest trade setups. Not only do we post trade setups like this in advance, but we also do over the weekend, right? We're absolutely killing it in here. We shorted it down to this area, then we longed it back up, happening exactly as we had hoped, coming down to that level, back up to there. And then also, guys, we do multiple live streams every week where, this past, yesterday, we were watching the price action unfold here, and we gave a live setup for a short trade. And of course, this is not a signals group, but this is an educational group. And so we were looking at the price action here, giving the live setup for the short right here. We got our alert, you can see. And this was the short setup that we gave yesterday in the VIP stream. So we're doing this live, guys. We are doing this live. And, well, let's see. Yeah, there we go. This is the actual short setup that we gave right here. Right here, as it's happening live. And so yesterday, the move that we had to the downside, right here, right here. So this was the short from yesterday, from right over here. And we shorted all the way down to here. And then in that same exact live stream, Boyan, who's another trader in the group, he actually posted this, because I brought him into the live stream, and he posted this as we were live streaming. He was looking for us to come down to about 38.9 for a bounce. And look at where we come right down to, guys. Literally 38.7 for the bounce. So, like, you know, it's a pretty cool community in here because we all put our heads together and we come up with some pretty good trading ideas. So, is this bounce legit or not? Is this bounce legit or not? Okay, we have to determine if this bounce is legit or not. So we know we have come to support. Now, yesterday I had posted a video saying that if we were able to come above this area right here, if we were able to come above and retest this golden pocket, that I do believe that this would be a very good sign of strength. In fact, we can come over here and we can see, well, yeah, let's... Strength, in my opinion, and a true sign of a reversal of the downtrend would be a reclaiming of this Fibonacci golden pocket retracement at about $40,300, because not only is that the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, but that is also the high volume node from the previous area of consolidation, right? So this, in my opinion, if we come above, is now going to be the area where I would look to hop into a long, because we have to be aware of the fact that on a higher... So yeah, so the sign of strength for me, honestly, was to come above that golden pocket, and we did come above that golden pocket, and we had to move to the downside, and then now we're getting another move to the upside from there. So in my opinion, this is a sign of strength, and it may very well mean that we have officially now put in a higher low, where we have our low, and now our higher low to continue in the uptrend. Some more evidence that this is the case is the fact that we do have a hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. Okay, momentum is making a lower low as price is making a higher low. And more confirmation in my mind that this is actually a higher low is the fact that on the 4-hour time frame, as we came down to put in that low, bouncing right off the daily pocket, the golden pocket, we got some uneven butt cheeks on the 4-hour time frame, bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. That is no joke. That is no joke. So there's a stronger and stronger possibility now that this move is actually going to lead us to a higher high. So let's talk about some key areas of resistance that we must be aware of before we get overly excited and start FOMOing long, because I never recommend FOMOing long. We have to wait for a good entry. Like, for example, the entries that we gave in the live stream yesterday were both good opportunities, as well as then coming above this golden pocket with the retest. That would have been a good opportunity if you had watched my video yesterday. That's why it's so good to subscribe to the channel, guys, so that you can check out the content, because, you know, we absolutely did come above that golden pocket, which was about right here, for a nice bounce retest from it. So if we go to the daily time frame and we check out this, all right, the volume that has traded, well, we don't even need to use a fixed range. Let's put on our visible volume range indicator down here, visible range. And notice this, guys. A few things, okay? Notice this. Number one, we did get a rejection from a very important area of resistance, which is this, okay? When we take a look at this visible range indicator, we can see that the highest volume node that goes all the way back to the summer of 2020 is right here at about 47.3 thousand. Okay. Not only is that the highest volume node, but it's also the 382 Fibonacci retracement, which means although we are in an uptrend right now, we got a very, very hard rejection from a very key area of resistance. So we need to have in the back of our minds that although things are looking a little bit more bullish locally on a higher term time frame, this does not look too strong. Okay. The second thing that we need to be aware of is if we are looking at the local range that we have been trading in since the beginning of January, where we have a pretty clearly defined high right about here, and a pretty clearly defined low right about here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my visible range indicator. We can see that we do have some pretty important resistance coming up right above us, literally right above us. We have the highest volume node of the entire range that we've been trading basically since the beginning of January, about the 5th of January, literally right above us at about $42,000. And that's pretty significant, guys. That is pretty significant. The reason why that's so significant is because the way price action tends to move is it likes to establish what's known as fair value. Okay, price is always looking to trade at fair value. And when the price of an asset gets too high, we'll have a correction and price will come down. When price gets too low, we'll have a correction and price will come up. And when we're analyzing the volume on a chart like this, this is basically establishing for us what is considered a fair value, because what we're doing here, this profile, is analyzing the volume, okay? The more spikes there are, that means the more asset exchanged hands at that price. And so the fair value is where most people are interested in buying and selling the asset, right? That makes sense. The most people that are willing to buy and sell at a certain price will then establish the fair value for that asset because the market is determining what is considered a fair value. Now, the way these things work is if the price comes outside of that fair value area, you know, if we start to see bearish signs on our indicators, it's very, very probable we come back down into the value area. Now, once we come below this highest volume node, it's also very, very likely that we will make it down, back down to the low of the value area. Now, we did come down almost to the low of the value area, but something that gives me a little bit of caution is the fact that we lost this high volume node and we never actually were able to retest it, right? We were never actually able to retest it. So we do have some very important resistance just above us right here at about 42,000. So that is definitely an area to be keeping our eyes open for if we do get more movement to the upside. Now, something else that we really need to pay attention to as traders, as technical analysts, is the fact that we are coming up to right now a Fibonacci golden pocket retracement where we are currently finding some resistance. What does this mean? This means that if, in my opinion, we now come back down into this area right here, okay, where we have a fair value established very locally, that we will actually continue down, back down. Because really right now, if we don't find support here, like let's say that we reject from this golden pocket, if we don't find support here at this bull flag, right, and we come back down lower, we can see that it's a very smooth move down. It's a very smooth move down, okay? Like we had lots of fiber, we had lots of oatmeal and stuff like that. So there's a few things I'm keeping my eyes out for, and those are them. Now, if none of this stuff made sense to you and you want to learn how to trade this way, you can check out the course. There's a 25% discount. This course is changing the way people approach these markets. You can check out the testimonials here. This will give you just a very clearly defined trading system so that you always have a plan in advance so that you can, just like me and Boyan and others in the Discord, we can project what is going to happen and know whether or not we want to enter a trade. This will teach you how to do that. Also, if you do want to learn how to use Orderflow and stuff like that, like this, you can check out the Advanced Technical Analysis course that myself and Boyan put together. You could watch a preview to see if that's something you're interested in. In the pinned comment, there is a 15% discount on that. So that's basically my outlook for the Bitcoin right now, guys. I am pretty happy and excited that we are potentially getting the bounce from the golden pocket down here at about 38.5-ish. That, to me, is key support. I would like to see this held. If we start to lose this right here, let's put a little box right around here. If we start to lose 37.7, then I'm expecting much, much lower prices. All right, but in the meantime, guys, play it safe. Don't drive and trade, right? I know it's so tempting to trade and drive at the same time when you see Bitcoin coming up to resistance and bouncing off the golden pocket. You want to take your eyes off the road, right, and look at the screen, not paying attention. But trust me, guys, this will get you wrecked. Don't try this at home. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah. I pray everybody is super blessed in multiple ways, and I'll see everybody, including you. Oh, yes, I'm talking to you in the next video. Peace.